Can a muscadine vine be transplanted by breaking off a twig and planting it somewhere different? How long would it take to produce? And this is Craig from Middleton, Tennessee. Oh, he's pulling out the publication.
Yeah, NC State, North Carolina State. Yeah,
right.
this is
extension.
Look at there.
Right?
What about that?
It's pretty
That's a good-looking muscadine.
Oh, that looks good.
I guess the answer to Craig's question is simply no.
Okay.
You can't just break off a twig and plant it somewhere different.
Right.
Now, the best way, and the way that most muscadines are propagated are with softwood cuttings. And you can take the softwood cuttings and you take a long whip off of a muscadine vine and you cut the tip off of it and you cut it into shorter segments that have 3 or 4 nodes in it, and you stick them in potting soil and you keep it moist. You leave a leaf on each one of them and all that. It's very, very, if you're going to do that, do a lot of them.
Okay.
Because your survival rate may not be that good. Some of them will survive, but probably not 90% of them.
Right.
Maybe more like 25% or something like that. It's been my experience.
Okay. Right.
But now, if you don't want to, you've got to keep it moist. They don't like wet feet. They don't like standing water. So if it's too wet, they will die. If it dries out, they will die. I had a guy that built, there was the guy down in Alabama that made him a system that would mist his muscadine plants, and it was based on a commode flusher that had some kind of screen on it, and he would spray water on that commode flusher and it'd cut the water off. And then when it dried, it would come back up. And the water would come back on again. You could probably do the same thing with a timer or something like that. But a simple way to do it, a really simple way to do it is to layer. You can take one of the vines down and you dig a little hole and put it down kind of in that hole, put the dirt on top of it, put a brick on top of it.
I've heard that.
And do that, and then let it grow throughout the summer, and in the wintertime you cut it loose from the mother plant and you transplant it. That's a simple way to do it. You can use a bottle, you can air layer.
I've seen that too as well.
Take a drink bottle, cut the bottom of it off, run one of the vines down, or the runners or limbs, I can't think of what I'm saying, and fill it with fill the cup or the bottle that you cut the bottom out of with potting soil, and you just kind of secure that to the plant and leave it alone for the growing season, and roots will start to appear in that bottle, and then you cut it loose from the mother plant and plant it. That's a simpler way to do it, but no, you can't just you can't just take one, stick it in the ground and grow. Some plants you can do that with.
Yeah, but not
muscadines.
No, that is good. That is good. Dr. Lockwood would be proud of you. I've been to a couple of his trainings, and you sounded just like him. So he would definitely be proud. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, subscribe. We have hundreds of family plot videos for you to view.